We are at the Southwestern Power Regional here in Denton, Texas. It's literally the most random place in Texas, at UNT, and we just finished performing our Scholastic A Finals performance with Klein. Going into this year with Klein, it was our first year going into WGI. So when we sat down to talk about what we can do to just dabble in this world of color guard, we talked about the strengths and the weaknesses of the performers. And when we were talking about their strengths and weaknesses, rifle is by far one of the best things. In the past 2 years, we have really cemented a nice movement program. And so within that, they have built and grown so much. So when we were talking about what we can do to really highlight that and separate ourselves from people, the very first thing that's super obvious is people always have a floor. And floor always plays a huge part in what your production is going to be. And for us, we were also trying to find a simple way to bring the most common storyline to any person in the real world, which is love lost, or even just a sense of loss and wanting. And in Scholastic A, as corny as it sounds, that's always the best thing that you can do, especially when you have a boy. So sitting down and going through all of these small things of how we can make that happen, our designer, Chavez, brought to the table this piece called I'm Still Hurting from The Last 5 Years, which is a musical and it's also a movie. And one of his favorite artists, Cynthia Erivo, covered it. And he found it on YouTube, and going back and forth with different pieces, he sent that my way. And the moment that I played it, I saw them doing it. There was nothing more perfect than this group of students to make that happen, this group of performers. This being our first year in WGI, and myself as a performer, I know I've been a part of this, but as an educator, I've never been on the director end of a program going into WGI. I've been on the tech side, or the technician side, for a long time, and it's funny that you asked it, because as a technician and seeing the directors always running around and trying to find ways to make things happen, and you assisting to make all of those things happen, going into WGI, the best way that I can relate to that is as a performer. Like, what did I need as a performer to be able to deliver? And it's the same way that I teach them. And going into WGI, I tell them all the time, you either got it or you don't. And there's a point in your season where everything that you do, it's in your hands, and it's all mental, and it's things that you know how to do, and most of the time, you are more successful more times than not when you're prepping to go into that. And within your weaknesses, you will always find strength. And I think these 2 weeks are really about that, especially making the decision to go to WGI in such short notice. That's really the formula for us, at least, with everything just coming at us unplanned. We just rely on the fact that we continue to build our strength within our weaknesses, and we continue to push the envelope to continue to be the best version of us. So really, these next 2 weeks, it's just about reinforcing what they know exactly how to do, and what they know they have to just end up delivering in front of a live audience. So at the end of the day, your 2 weeks and your journey to WGI, it's all in their hands.